Awesome. Welcome, Lazar. Thank you for being a part of the series. I really appreciate you taking the time during your short vacation to Canada.
Thank you for calling.
So tell us a little bit about what your businesses do.
Basically, my company, it's one of the largest company for distribution and logistics in Serbia. And I'm representative office and distributor for several good companies. Like one of them, it's McCain. It's a Canadian company, and I know that you heard for the McCain. And also I'm working with Unilever and with spices, ice cream, and that's it. And I supply the HoReCa business, the restaurants, hotels, and cafe with a lot of articles.
So how many businesses do you supply?
About 2,000 right now, but I have also 15 sub-distributor, and they supply more of 2,000. That means about 4,000 at the moment.
Wow. And you have restaurants as well, right?
I have 6 restaurants, yes, but it's some kind of the business restaurants in business buildings. And it's basically we cook for the business people who work there. One of them is the Philip Morris. It's the famous factory for the producing of cigar.
Oh, wow. So are most of the restaurants and distribution or companies you distribute to in Serbia?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm focused on Serbia. I opened the company Montenegro also, but it's a small company and we are in the beginning, and we need to wait a couple of years to develop our business there. But in Serbia, we are 20 years. We're working, and we are one of the best.
20 years. Wow, that's amazing. So you started out working at McDonald's for 7 years.
Yeah.
What kind of experience did you get there? How did you start out at McDonald's?
My first job it was in McDonald's when McDonald's is open in Serbia, in Belgrade, and I learned a lot of because. I was very young, and I learned about the discipline, organization, about the work, and how to real business it's going. And after 7 years, I developed in the McDonald's, and I was manager, and I opened also the restaurants in the other countries. I worked in Bulgaria 3 years, like support team. And after that, someone recognized me that I'm good in business and pick up me to work in distribution for McDonald's. It was the German company. It's named Alpha in that time. Now the owner of that company, it's Javi. It's a USA company. And they basically do it, the distribution logistic things for McDonald's.
Wow. So how long did you do that for?
12 years. 7 years in McDonald's, 12 years like customer service manager and director in that Alpha, the distribution center of the McDonald's.
Oh, wow. So how old were you when you started at McDonald's?
19.
19?
Yes, 19.
Wow. So then how did you decide to go from doing distribution in McDonald's to starting your own business? What made you realize you wanted to do that?
It's one very good stories because I had the business partner, and we going in some restaurants in Belgrade, first business restaurants in Belgrade, and me going with partners to eat, and that owner of the restaurants asked me for French fries of McDonald's. Because everybody in that time cutting the fresh potato, in restaurants. And I asked that company who producing potato, French fries, did they have something for the third or for restaurants? It's not McDonald's potato, And they tell me that they have, and I decided to import first quantities of French fries in Serbia. And basically I'm the first guy who import frozen French fries in Serbia and started that business. And that business restaurant, it was my first client. and that is the start of my business. And now I'm the great guy in Belgrade.
So did you continue working for McDonald's distribution while running your business for a little while?
No. I doing two jobs when I opened my company. I work still for the distribution for McDonald's, and I work in my company. But when I grew up and I feel that I'm losing time in McDonald's in that distribution center, I get to quit and start to and all the my energy I put in my business, and I grew up every year.
A manager of a McDonald's in Serbia, what would the typical wage be?
Wage, I think it's about 500 euros. It's about $750 Canadian.
$750 Canadian
Yes.
a month?
A month, yes.
Okay. And is that considered a good wage in Serbia?
That is the average salary right now, but it's not enough for the normal living.
Oh, okay. So if you're making 750 Canadian, or I guess 500 euros a month, what kind of house do you live in? Is it like a small house?
Basically, everybody lives in not big house like in Canada, you know. They paying small apartments, and that salary is up and down. Maybe it's enough if you're doing two jobs for the normal life.
What if you make $500? How much goes to taxes?
That is without taxes. Taxes is plus.
Oh, okay.
Because in Serbia we always speak about netto salary, not brutto.
Okay.
That means it's $750. It's netto.
Would the employer take away the taxes?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. How much? So how much is before net? How much is gross?
Gross, brutto gross. It's 62% more. That means 750 plus 60. It's about 1,200.
Okay.
Dollars.
So how many euro? So
It's about 1,000 euro.
okay.
Up and down.
Okay. So quite a bit goes to taxes.
62% is tax. Yes.
Wow. How did the Civil War affect you?
About me or about my business?
Both.
Both. Okay, you know, war, it's not good things for nobody, you know. And we have one big country with a lot of opportunity at that time, and one of the very strong economy at that time in Europe, you know. Someone decided that need to cut that, and you get 6 different countries with small population and poor people in that moment. And someone have the success in the business and survive. Someone cannot do that because they feel it that problems which the war it's bring with himself. I take it best of the moment and start the business in the right time because I feel the space in that kind of the business and get success.
So how long ago was the war? I'm not too familiar with the history.
It's a very complicated question. It started in 91 and up and down finish in 99, you know.
Okay.
It's about 8 years, but the war, it happened in a couple parts of that old Yugoslavia, and it's very difficult to say how it's long, but 10 years it's take it of our life.
So you started your company shortly after?
99.
Okay.
99, yes. And I started the business in 99, and it was time very difficult for the business. But I have energy and idea to grow up.
What was your biggest struggle in the business in the beginning?
like it now to find the people, to find the right people and put in the right position, because it's very difficult to find good workers or good manager, or train them. And I always told to my people, I don't expect you to be 500% like me. It's enough for me if you are 50% like me. That's, I think, the basic problem right now and before and in future.
And how do you select those people, especially in management?
Sometimes I ask that professional companies who investigate the manager for you, or someone tell me that guy is good, and I make the communication with him, and speak with him, and if I feel that he can do it job on right way, I take it. Sometimes I'm wrong.
Yeah. If you're wrong, do you let them go quickly?
I'll basically wait 1 year, because I think that that guy need a couple months to feel the company and feel to find himself in that business. And after that, I think that they need a couple months to his idea start the business. That idea going in the business. And if I see after 1 year that he cannot do the job, I discuss with him, and we always finish our relationship in the peace.
Good. What differences do you see between business in Serbia and in North America?
Oh, it's my first time that I'm in North America, and I don't see a lot of things in that 15 days, but it's different type of the people who living in Europe, in part of Europe, and in the North America, And I think that people here have the better salary, better standards, and they have more opportunities for spending the money. And for my business, it's one of the important things to have the middle age, or not
middle class
of people who have enough money to spend for something else except the home or car.
Mm-hmm.
That means, but I think that I feel that more energy we have in Europe, more we are living faster here, and I think that people lose a lot of time here on the transport. That means logistic things between the business, home, supermarkets. It's a very big distance for everything. And if we need to go to ski and we need 2 hours and a half, it's too much for the one way. And that means 5 hours per 1 day. It's too much.
You need a faster driver.
Yes, but I saw it a lot of police here.
What do you think causes people to have a lower standard of living in Serbia? Is it because the country's poor? Is it because of government? What do you think?
Everybody will say government, but people it's a win because government it's on that place, I think both. But our people find a way to survive, A lot of our friends going abroad and live out of our country and send to his friends, the cousins, send the money to survive. That means I think that Serbia is one of the largest country for that investment abroad. I think that people who live abroad send the money in the Serbia, It's a couple billions euros per year, and government needs to do more for the people and for the business, to business grow up and to salary grow up and to people live better.
So what kind of things are covered for people in Serbia that aren't here?
I don't know. I don't know what government pays here, but if it's the right question. But I know that the government gives support for foreigner companies when they open. If employ, I think more than 100 workers, government covering some tax and something like that. That's the reason why Philip Morris opened the factory in Serbia. I don't know. Fiat, Italian Fiat, open also, and that's some German company open. The government covering that foreigner investment with some tax or give the land for free.
Does Serbia cover post-secondary, like college and living and healthcare?
No. College, no. In that tax, we pay for that healthcare, but up and down, we have now very strong that private sector with the healthcare, and if you don't wait the doctor, you go in that private sector.
Is the private sector good?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it very expensive?
For normal people, yes, but for average people, it's better to pay and don't lose the time. If you don't need every day some that medical health.
So, what does most of the high taxes go to?
They tell us that they spend money for the school, road, infrastructure, but time to time, normal people think that the money go in to someone else, But we saw it that something has happened, We have a better road, we have more road, we have new schools, you see something, but I think that they can do it more for that.
Is Serbia fairly safe?
Yes.
To visit.
Yes. We had a very bad marketing in the past, but we are very open town and city and country, and we are like normal European countries and cities. Belgrade is very nice. I think that Belgrade get awards 3 times for the one of the best nightlife cities in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that means a lot of tourists. It's come, I think that last year visited Belgrade about 1.5 million tourists. It's enough if you compare with Rome or with Paris, but for Belgrade it's a huge quantity.
Are we going there in September?
I wait you.
Great.
Boris know how it's life in Belgrade, and it's very nice.
I'm excited.
You can visit me in my restaurants, and you can feel real food, real Serbian food, and that things. Yeah.
I'm excited. So, what obstacles? So, was the economy bad after the war? Did that create obstacles for your business?
Normally, because the economy is ruined after the war, and we need to rebuild everything. And for my business, it was opportunity because I always like to do something new things, and I don't like to do something what you have on the market, I speak about the food business, because I'm good in that kind of the business. And for me, I was a lot of opportunity to grow up, and I catch that opportunity, and I grow up, and I still have space for that.
Mm-hmm. Can we ask gross revenue? Is that rude?
I can tell you how much is the turnover per year, because you can saw that in a government on the website. You can find that that if you go in the government that website, you can find my company, how much is the turnover and last year.
Oh, wow. So how much?
Last year I was about 7 million euros turnover.
Wow.
Yes. For this year, I think that we are going at 10 million. And I think that in next 3 or 5 years, we are doubling that number.
That's incredible. Good job.
No, I am the average small company, family company. You have the better companies in Serbia and worst, but I'm satisfied with that because we every year have 20-25% of growing, and I'm satisfied with that.
Amazing. Did you have doubts when you started your company? Did you have doubts you'd succeed?
I always believe, and I never feel that I cannot make success because I think, a good idea. I tried to work many jobs before that private, and when I started with that frozen potato and frozen articles in that moment, I feel that I catch the right things in that moment, and I not feel something bad. Nothing about that.
Do you have advice for entrepreneurs who are having doubts?
To believe in himself and to go straight or forward, or how to say in English, and to find the right people.
Yeah. That's the right people is very important.
Yeah.
What are you working on now in your business? How are you driving growth?
I have in that 2 companies with restaurants and with that distribution, M&L distribution companies, I have about 120 people, and my job is to organize that 120 people, to think about a new challenge, a new business, and make the new strategy. Go to the fairs in the world, traveling, speak with other people, speak with other businessmen, and try to find a relationship between us to business grow up.
How do you initially make those connections?
Right now, people connect me because I'm very good in my business in Serbia, and a lot of the foreign companies in Italy, Germany, France, Belgium, Holland want to work with me to covering Serbia with his article, and they want to distribute them in Serbia, and they basically connect me. In the past, I make the first contact with that McCain, and the first company which I started to work with, it was McCain. But after that, other companies coming alone and contact me.
What advice do you have for entrepreneurs who are potentially struggling in a low economy?
I think that I answered that question: to believe in himself, to find the good people and to follow the idea. Maybe that idea not success always, but if you think about your business on right way and give 100% of your energy to business grow up, I think that you cannot lose. Mm-hmm. Maybe you know the story about one businessman, and he sent to his manager in Africa that businessman making business with the shoes. Do you know that story?
I don't think so.
And he sent it to manager in Africa, and they stay 7 days in Africa and come back to Italy. Never mind. And one of the managers says to boss, we don't have the business in Africa. Everybody, it's without shoes. We don't have a potential to sell the shoes for them because it's hot and they go without shoes. Second one says to boss, boss, we have a lot of opportunity for business. Nobody do not have the shoes. We can sell them a lot of shoes. That means, it's two different way how to look at the business, and if you have the idea, take it and going.
That's great.
Say.
Perspective.
Yeah.
How do you deal with stress?
I play the basketball. Play the basketball still. I'm in basketball 35 years, and I still play. I have a lot of friends which am I playing. I playing for national team also Serbia for veterans, and we going for tournament all over the world. Last year we take the gold medal in Finland. It was world champion. This year the championship is in the Malaga. Next year it's Orlando. It's world champion. That means we can visit us in Orlando next year.
I'd love to.
That means I play the basketball and enjoying my family, and that is I beat the stress in that way.
Awesome. I was in Malaga a couple of years ago. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, I know. I was also before, but very beautiful.
That'd be great. And what motivates you to grow a big company? What keeps you excited and energetic?
I like my business.
Yeah.
And one of the question, answer your question before, how to advice for the other, that like that things what you're doing. That means to love. If you don't love, you cannot success. And I love my business. I love to communicate with people. I love my English is not perfect, and I tried a couple times to learn, but I'm not good at that, and I'm not good with English, but maybe I'm good in the business. That means I like to do everything what I'm doing, and that's the good things. That is the motivation.
Your English is very easy to understand.
Thank you. We'll see.
So do you have advice for typically younger people who don't know what they want to do yet or haven't found what they love?
To find what they love first.
Yeah. Do you have advice on how to find that?
How to find? To sit and think. Every morning when I wake up, I look in the mirror and ask myself what I'm doing wrong last day, and how I can be better this or next day, And did I last day do it everything which I like it or not? And what I like to do again. If I don't like something, I don't want to do it anymore. That means it's philosophy part of the question and answer. You need to sit with yourself alone and ask yourself, what do you really want to do? Do you like to make video with me or not? Or it's your job because someone tell you to do that and you don't feel comfortable. If you don't like that, don't do that,
Mm-hmm.
And cutting and doing something what you like.
Mm-hmm. That's good advice. I think a lot of people are stuck doing jobs they don't like. Probably most people. I
heard that in Canada of couple my close friends and cousins that do it business which do not like, and I tell them, stop it, change it.
Yeah.
Change something, and change couple business or change couple things till do find real one what you like.
What does an average work day look like for you? Like, what do you do in the morning and then during the day?
My business day, it's 28 hours, I never sleep, sometimes I can tell, but I wake up 7:30, because I have that restaurants, and that restaurant is one of part my office, and go there, make the breakfast, speak with that manager of the restaurants, make the decision about the day or if you have something to decide, go to my office in the distribution center, speak with that manager there, solve the problem if you have it. Children is there, drive the children to that his sports and that entertainment, but I still think about the business, and I like my business to and think about them. Play the basketball in the night, and read something and go to bed. Nightclub also, 2 to 3 times per week we go in nightclub normally.
Really? That sounds like fun.
Not nightclub, it's restaurants, cafe, something like that. But in Serbia, everybody likes to go in that clubs and sit in the cafe to drink the coffee, to speak with people. Something which I do not see here, it's that relaxing still of life to sit in the cafe and catch the sun, because you have, I heard, 300 days sun here in Calgary. Believe me, in Serbia, you will see that 300 days, a lot of people in the cafe drink the coffee and catch the sun.
Catch the sun in the morning or at night?
All day.
All day.
All day. Someone's catch the sun. They find 10-20 minutes for that,
Yeah. Wow. That's that definitely doesn't happen here.
Definitely not happen.
So typically, if you're going out to clubs and cafes in the evening, would you also drink, or just people normally drink coffee, or what?
The people drink. Some drink, some not. I don't like to drink, and I drink maybe a little bit wine and something like that. But I'm not alcoholic type. I'm sport guy. That means, but people drink. Someone likes, and it's okay. Who likes, you can do that.
Mm-hmm. So what are your goals, both personally and for the business, in the next 10 years?
Right now, we built a strategy how to develop and build the new warehouse for the distribution and logistic. And I think that the goals in the next 3 or 5 years is to build that warehouse. And after that, I think that I'm a little bit going to retire. To slow my business and my involvement of myself in the business, and to leave to someone else to doing the job. That means in the next 5 years, I want to finish that warehouse, that new distribution center for distribution and logistics center. It's a very huge project, And when I finish that, I think that I finish my business things in that moment. But we'll see after 5 years. We can speak after 5 years.
Yeah, that sounds great. Are you not worried you're going to get bored?
I don't know, maybe. Maybe you can be in my board, for entertainment, for marketing, I don't know.
Yeah.
When you come to Serbia in September, maybe you like it and you stay,
Yeah.
I know a lot of foreign people who visit the Serbia and stay.
Is it cold in the winter?
In the past 2 winters, our average temperature is plus 15.
That's great.
It's super. That means, but we have a lot of virus and bacteria, but snow we don't have.
I hate the cold here.
Yes.
I always want to leave. So
yeah, it's warm. It's warm. Times to times it's cold, but it's warm, clean. That means for you, it's good to stay.
Yeah, sounds great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for the invitation once more. Sorry for my English, and sorry if you don't understand some things. I hope so that I help you with your answer, with your question, and see you next time when I come.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our first sponsor is Symbol Syndication, which is a video production company that I started. We do video production and online marketing for businesses of all sizes, ranging from solopreneurs to Fortune 500 companies.
Our next sponsor is Flagship Business Brokers. Flagship Business Brokers provides entrepreneurs with support through the purchase, sale, or financing of a business. They have a proven track record of delivering fast, cost-efficient, and client-focused transactions.
Another sponsor of the Ambition Project is BusinessLink. Business Link is Alberta's entrepreneurial hub. They are a nonprofit organization that helps people navigate the steps towards starting their own businesses. Just because you're in business for yourself doesn't mean you're in business by yourself. Business Link's team of in-house startup experts are there to support you all along the way.